My name is Kailey and I'm from Long Island, Ronkonkoma, and I'm studying sociology. Criminology has always interested me, but I never thought I could do something with that. And I guess honestly the reason that led me to that is I guess things from my past, and a lot of my friends have bad behavior. One of my friends, he's in jail, and I don't know, I don't like the way that the criminal justice system is just set up is just horrible. And so I wanted to learn more about that, and I wanted to know how I could, get involved and if I could contribute to anything like that. So that's why I'm majoring in that. Yeah, I do think that the criminal justice system is horrible. I think that it's one of the most corrupt systems that there is. I think that people within the system, I think the system's it's built to get those people to continuously be in it. I don't think that there's much room for them to grow. And I think that I disagree with certain laws, and I think that certain things should be more focused on. So I either want to work with special victims or juveniles. So I guess that goes back to my past. So I was sexually assaulted when I was in 10th grade, and it completely turned my life upside down for a little while. And then weird story, I went to a spiritual healer, and he basically told me that I could either take what happened to me and let it destroy me, or I could take it and try to help other people. I joined a nonprofit, and I work with victims online, and I talk to them and everything. And that's just always been something where my main focus has always been because it impacted my life. And the juveniles, I think, is because back home, my friend group is not, they're my best friends and I love them all dearly. They don't make the best choices though. I would be there, but that's not me. I didn't overcome my experience for a while. It took me so long. When it first happened, back home, my friend group is my family and my best friends. And when it first happened, I lost all of my friends. None of them, none of them understood because we were young. We were 14, 15 around. No one really understood. They didn't get it. I was hurt. My family, I told my mom. My mom, she just didn't understand. She didn't know how to handle it, so I didn't really have the best support system, and then I didn't want to tell, the rest of my family. Getting to talk to other victims, it makes you feel it's just a sense of community. It's you're not alone, and there's people around who understand what you're going through, because I was just surrounded by a bunch of people who didn't understand, and they didn't know how to help me. And it's not that, being surrounded by other survivors, they know how to help you. It's just that they can relate and they understand how you're feeling, and being able to talk in that environment, it makes you just feel not as lonely as, being assaulted makes you feel. It makes you feel horrible. And there's so many unanswered questions that I'm never gonna get the answer to, the next victim is not gonna get the answer to, and it's kind of I don't need these answers, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what happened and why it happened, but it's valid, it's valid. And it gives you a sense of I'm not the only one. And it's part of who I am. I've always been the person who likes helping other people. So I think that just stems from how I've always been. Absolutely, I guess ever since I was little, I've always I was raised in a house where, you didn't lie. You were not allowed even if the truth was bad, you told my mother the truth. It was just me and my mom for a while. So it was I couldn't lie to her even if I wanted to, because it's just me and her. You know what I mean? Even when I was younger, my mom was my best friend. So I've always been very outspoken. I tell my truth, especially because when I was younger, when everything first happened to me, I got told that I was lying. I got told that it was in my head, and that to me shattered me to my core. Yeah, my grad cap said be a voice for the voiceless. That's literally what my grad cap said. If I've had people, I did in my senior year of high school, I worked with my school psychologist, and I put an assembly presentation together for like some of the senior class on regarding like rape and sexual violence, and I read off anonymously and collected quotes that I had from other people's. It was their truths, you know what I mean? It was everything that they felt that they themselves couldn't say, so I got up there and said it for them. And it was crazy because, you know, no one else knew who the people were. I did though. And being the person in front of a crowd of people, speaking somebody else's truth and seeing them in the audience, and like, it's so crazy because like, you know who it is. So like after I would read a quote, I'd be able to look directly at that person and I could see that they were like, you know, some of them were shooken up and some of them were like waiting. Like they looked like they were waiting for a pin to drop for something. But then like you'd see that person look around the room and like they'd realize how like the other people around them were just as touched. And it was like, you know, it was moving to me to get to see them have some sense of clarity that, you know, they were still being heard even if they weren't the ones saying their own. So I feel like, yeah, I do like being that person. I like being the person that people can talk to and confide in and, I don't know, trust, to be able to tell their truth to. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right?